Mayor Rob Ford from Toronto allegedly did crack. Now, he is denying it, but let's watch the video for a little more detail into the story.
Toronto's mayor is attempting to fend off reports that say a video exists that allegedly shows Mayor Rob Ford smoking crack cocaine.
There's a cell phone video that shows the mayor allegedly smoking a crack pipe.
What?
And using expletives. The video is reportedly being shopped around by a group of Somali men involved in the drug trade.
The paper also admits it has no way to verify the authenticity of the video.
The Toronto Star reports 2 of its reporters have viewed the 90-second video 3 times.
The video, which appears to be real, shows Mayor Rob Ford in a room, his shirt open, lolling back in his chair, and appears to be smoking a crack pipe.
Now, Mayor Rob Ford has had many issues when it comes to substance abuse. Back in 1999, he got arrested for a DUI. He also had marijuana possession. Later, a few years later, I should say, he was at a sporting event and he was drunk and belligerent, and he was basically taunting a couple that was sitting behind him. He had to get escorted out of the sporting event. And in March of 2013, Sarah Thompson, a woman, claimed that he was high on cocaine. Of course, there's no proof of this. This is just speculation, and this is what she's alleging, that he was high on cocaine and sexually assaulted her. And of course, he denied that as well. So it seems like he's had a troubled past, Jimmy. And, you know, this latest crack allegation is kind of crazy, especially when you consider this is a politician. This is something that, you know, people resign over. Is it one of the crazier stories that you've heard of?
He was, well, I think the even crazier than the crack story, you mentioned it though, was that he got kicked out of a party for being too drunk. He was too drunk for a party in Canada. For a hockey party in Canada.
Oh, wow.
They had to hey, we got to get this guy out. He's too drunk. Who should throw him out? Let's get the least drunk one among us to go talk to him about being too drunk. It's crazy. But this whole story makes me go, I can't believe I'm not running for office, because apparently I thought I had things in my closet, skeletons in my closet that would preclude me from becoming, this is unbelievable. Marion Barry got re-elected after he got caught smoking crack.
I grew up in DC with Marion Barry, and I was really disappointed in the Toronto mayor. I was like, either do it or don't, but this alleged business, that seemed like so pathetic. I was like, come on, Canada, bring it to the table.
You shouldn't be able to, I wouldn't vote for that guy just because he can't button his top button on his shirt. I don't know if you've seen that mayor, but he's always got this thing open and his big tie spread wide because, he looks like a sea lion or a walrus. He does look like a walrus. He does look like a walrus.
Marion Barry.
To be fair,
I'm being honest.
Okay.
No joking.
All right.
But I did feel like the story had been done already. Marion Barry loved his neti pot. He was able to get reelected. I feel like the Toronto mayor should do something more interesting, like a new drug, Special K, something more interesting.
Yeah, crystal meth, some bath salts.
Bath salts, there
You don't
you
like
go.
the questions you're getting in the press
Beat the
conference?
reporter's
Bite their face. Yeah.
No, beyond.
John?
I have never done crack cocaine. Maybe I'm the only one here who hasn't, but allegedly. But I don't understand how exactly you go about legislating and running, a city while doing crack. It seems too incapacitating. The brief experience I have with occasionally smoking in the past, I couldn't study then, let alone run a city. So if he's able to do it, I think maybe this is actually a point in his favor. Look, I believe that all drugs basically should be legal, despite the fact that I'm extremely straight-laced when it comes to it. I wouldn't do any of them. And I think that it's perfectly fine if somebody wants to judge him for doing crack and not vote for him for doing crack. But in terms of the legality, I don't think that should be a big deal.
Look at his neck. If you look at that picture, he's got a kilo of coke in his neck. Are you kidding me?
I did love the story about Gawker, though, that they ran that Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, that's right. Tell them about that.
I was so impressed that they were trying to get enough money to get the tape.
The people who had the videotape, the Gawker, they wanted to sell it to Gawker, and they wanted $200,000, and Gawker said that's too much money, so they started their own little Kickstarter campaign to raise the money. They raised the money, they got the $200,000, but now they can't get a hold of the guys who have the video because they're all drug dealer guys.
Right.
So, and I think, and this is my theory, I'll put it out there on the internet, I think they had the guy with the video killed. That's what I thought.
I think that he didn't even really smoke anything. I think he was just in Bed Bath & Beyond and he got the wrong product.
By the way, as a politician, how stupid is it to let someone take a picture of you while you're smoking crack cocaine?
So
let's say that's...
While you're smoking crack, you probably are not all that aware of who has their camera phone out.
That's true. That's a fair point. Jesus.
In the video, he smokes the crack, whatever, and then he looks right into the camera and he says, "That better not be on." So he knows the camera's there. He just thinks it's off. Wouldn't you just turn it like that? Just go ahead and turn it like
When
that.
my camera's off, I often hold it up in front of people's faces. That's what I do.
He should have just Snapchatted that. You know, it'll
Totally.
it'll disappear
Yeah.
after a few seconds.
Yeah.